Oh, I could not get to sleep last night. Up all night thinking about a couple of virgins. These virgins. Hello YouTubes. On my last video I repaired the motor in this Intercity 125 in virgin form. However, I installed an LED in the front, but it didn't work. The way that these fibre optic lenses work, they're kind of fibre optic anyway, they disperse the light through these lenses either side. LEDs don't do that, they are very directional. So I am going to be installing individual LEDs, white LEDs there and there, and also red LEDs there and there, so that they work red in reverse. Also in the dummy locomotive, I'm also going to do the same with the white LEDs, red LEDs. There is a pickup in there, it's currently not working, so I need to get into that as well. So today is all about LEDing virgins. I need to stop saying virgin. Oh, I said it again. Right, let's dive in to the virgins. So I'm going to be using these grain of wheat bulbs, LEDs. I have them in white and I have them in red. As you can see, or not see, as the case may be, these things are tiny, but surprisingly bright. Now, these require a resistor. Normally you would put in 1000 ohm resistor for a bulb like this, but I'm going to do 2 of them at the front, so I'm going to reduce the resistor down to, this is 820, that should be fine. It should still be nice and bright and it shouldn't blow the bulbs. Now, before I do that, I want to do a bit of an experiment, because I don't want a million wires in my loco. So I want to be able to wire these up with the same power. If you know about LEDs, they're basically light emitting diodes, which is what LED stands for. They only work in one direction. So the positive coming in here lights the bulb, goes through there to the negative. If you reverse the polarity, then you don't get a light. So I'm wondering if I wire a red to the black on both sides and then hook up the power to each of these, then if I flick it from forward to reverse, will each other bulb light up? Let's find out. So I'm going to twist these together, one red, one black, and do the same with the other side. I'll probably just solder these on temporarily. Like so. And now if we hook it up to just a DC power controller, you know, old style, which is perfectly fine, it will pump out 12 to 14 volts. So it doesn't really matter which way around we go, because we're going to be switching the forward to reverse thing there. So let's give it some power. One of these should light up. Okay, so that's full power. Hopefully, if I switch this to reverse, the other one will light and that one will go off. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm a genius. Hopefully you can see that. Reverse, forward, reverse. Excellent. That's good. And it lights up fairly early on with the power and it doesn't really get much brighter, so these both have resistors already in them. Anyway, that works. Really happy with that. Let's move on. Let's choose our bulbs and check them with a 3-volt battery. No point wiring them all up and then discover that they don't work. Okay, so that is one red bulb. Very nice. I've forgotten what bag I took these out of, that's why I'm checking them again. And also to make sure they work. Also red. There we go. So that's 2 red I will put them on the right hand side, red on the right, and these ones should be white. I think the white ones are a fair bit brighter than the red, but that's fine because the red ones aren't supposed to be like headlights, they're just supposed to be tail lights. As usual, let's check, make sure they both work. That one works. And that one works. Oh goodness, all over the place. Surprisingly bright, as you can hopefully see. So my white ones are on the left. Red ones are on the right, because there's no other way to tell the difference. Okay, let's start with the powered unit. And because I took this apart already, I know that the cab just comes off. That's where the bulb is at the moment. We have our positive and our negative wires. So I can just cut these and intercept them, and I think I could probably hide all the gubbins, the wiring, the resistors in there, then feed the wires round to the front. The wires will be going in here, the bulbs, sorry, will be going in here. Now, the way I wired this yesterday, I had the bulb in the middle, and I was hoping that it would be picked up by the sort of plastic lens fibre optic nonsense. It didn't work at all, so I'm going to just chop these right down. I might even have to poke these lenses out if I can, because I'm going to have to drill a little hole on each side for the red lights. Goodness, right, let's see how this goes. I've got like 5 pairs of these and I just instantly lose them. Right, let's snip this off. Ba-doing! I wonder if I can push them out. I think they've been glued in though, unfortunately. I'll give it a shot. Oh, that's not for coming out, which could be a problem. So I don't know if that little light is going to shine through there properly. And also, I want to drill a hole right next to it for the others, you know, for the red ones. Right, this is going to be fiddly, but I need to test this. So we are going to white on the left. We are going to stick this onto a bulb, not a bulb, a battery, and try and shine it through, see if it works. I need 3 pairs of hands for this. So there's my bulb. Let's stick it up there where it's supposed to go and see if we get light through the lens. Okay, so this is the back of the bulb. Squash it against there. Okay, it does actually work. Hopefully you can see that. So I don't need to drill the lenses out, but I do need to drill a hole at either side. Oh my goodness, have I got room? I don't know if I'm going to get my drill in there. It could be a decent size though, it doesn't have to be microscopic. Let's see what I've got. Oh, I can't get it out, need my tweezers. I think that size might be okay. I would go thinner, but the thinner ones are also shorter, and I'm going to have to be able to get right down there. Hopefully that's enough with my Dremel tool thing. Oh, I don't know if this has got the right collet thing inside. Oh, that's annoying. Let's see, what else have I got? This one here. If that's long enough, then I would prefer to use the thinner drill. Yeah, I think I'll get in there. Hopefully I won't drill all the way through and hit the clear plastic. Wish me luck. I think that worked. Just not sure if, hold on. Not sure if that's going to be a big enough hole, to be honest, to let the light through. Yeah, I'm going to change to the, oh, if I change to the bigger drill, I need to change this thing. Tell you what, let's try a little red light, the same way we did with the white light, and see how it looks. Okay, bear with me. Ooh, look, that actually works fine. Excellent. So, oh, red on the right. Make sure you keep these in the right places. So I will drill a hole at the other side, and then I will start figuring out where the wiring's going and where the resistors are going. Perfect. Excellent. This is actually going better than I expected. Okay, right. Let's see now. Should I glue these in first and then solder them, or? Yeah, you know what? I've got plenty of room. The wire is so tiny, I can stuff it wherever. So let me get these glued in. I'll bring you back when it's time to start connecting them all. Right, my little bulbs are all glued in place. There's big blobs of glue there, but that's okay, you're not going to see it from here. Now for the complicated part. I need to connect the red from one bulb to the blue of the other bulb, and vice versa. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 times I need to do that. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room. As I say, I've got enough room to stuff wires in there. So let's see. I'm going to be connecting one of these together, and then it's going to be getting connected to either the red or the black in there. So I think I'm going to give myself that much space. Okay, alright, so we'll cut them all. Lots of spare wire, lovely. Put that somewhere safe in my big box of wires. Right, I need to strip these a little bit. I still haven't established the best way to strip micro wires like this, because I don't really have nails for the job, and my wire strippers are a bit heavy-handed, shall we say. Oh, got one, right. Okay, so if you just use just the right amount of pressure with little wire snips, you should be able to strip them. Okay, so let's go with a blue from one to a red from the other. And then repeat that with all the other ones. Okay, I think my theory is correct. Oh, it's so fine. I don't want to be pulling on them too much because then I'll pull them right out the bulbs. I can't even twist them together. They're just not doing as I would like. Nope, I'm going to have to just solder these and hope that I can solder the next bit on without it falling apart. Okay, try a wee bit of flux. Oh my goodness, it doesn't take much, guys. Wire this small, the heat transfers straight up the wire. So be careful if you're doing this. Okay, so I have a red from one attached to a blue from the other, and a red from one attached to the blue from the other. Okay, we'll do the same with that one, and then we'll do a wee bit of testing. Although, I do need to remember to put the resistor in at some point. Let me get this bit done. See you in a sec. Right, I've got these sets all soldered together, so now we can try a little battery test. Idea being, if I put the battery between these two, then one colour will come on, and then if I flip the battery around that way, the other should come on. That's the theory. So we have red. Hopefully you can see that. Flip the battery around, and we should have white, which we do. So we're good. Let me just check that side. White, flip the battery around, red. Excellent. Right, next then, all we really have to do at this point is connect these 4 wires to the 2 wires on the loco. So what I think I need to do then is, let's see, hold on, brain malfunction. Okay, I thought I'd completely messed that up. So now I'm going to join the 2, which sets are these, the inside, the red lights basically, join them together. I'm sure there's another way you could have done this, which made more sense, but I like to be as complicated as possible. Okay, join those 2. So they are the inner positives. No. So I've joined the inner negatives and the outer positives. Oh my goodness. How is this ever going to work? Right, let me join the other sets. I really wish I had made this more basic to follow. So now we're left with basically 2 wires connecting 4 lights. Let's try the battery. Let's see if it worked. Where's my battery? Oh, here he is. So, let's simulate forward, or backwards in this case. I'll do it again. Right, forwards. Both my lights are on, white. If we then reverse polarity, i.e. switch the battery around, now we've got red. Oh, that was complicated. At least it was complicated for me. So, that's actually quite neat. So I've just got those two little connections to marry up to my loco. Those two red wires there. But of course, figuring out which way around these are supposed to be is another matter. So what I'll do is I will snip these off. I don't need that bulb down there anyway. Let's not completely wreck it though, because it's still got a little diode, resistor attached. But we can pull that little bulb off for the moment. We're not using that one anymore. It's really disappointing. I really thought that would have worked. Okay, strip these wires a little bit. Not got a huge amount of room anymore, but that's okay. I don't want wire everywhere, and I do have enough wire in here for manoeuvrability. Strip a little bit of the insulation off there. Find a bit of heat shrink tubing, and I think I need the red heat shrink tubing in my case, because it's going to have to go over there, and it's going to have to go over them. Although that seems pretty big. Let's see if the black one will do. The black one I've got is much smaller. Oh, the black one's fine. Right, we're going to use black. There's somebody at the door. Wonder if it's stuff for me. How much space? How much? I don't need that much. I just need a little bit of heat shrink tubing. Heat shrink tubing is quite bulky. Right, let's just slide a bit down each side. Now, if you've been following along, you will know that every time I wire something like this up, I get it round the wrong way, and it's only a 50-50 chance, but I still managed to get it wrong. I don't know, I'm just going to tin these wires so that the wire doesn't fray on me. Makes life easier to get the heat shrink tubing on. Right, so my heat shrink's ready, but I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to wire these up temporarily, and hopefully I've got them the right way around. But as I say, it's 50, oh great, it's 50-50 with me, always is. We'll try that way first, shall we? One, get the red one on. Two. Stuff that in there for now, and then go over to the track, see if it works. Oh, these wires are supposed to be underneath, aren't they? Okay, back in a sec. Well, it did work perfectly until it popped because some idiot forgot to put in a resistor. Which means I've blown all my bulbs. What an idiot. So, I will bring you back when I have unglued all of them, put in new bulbs, wired them all up again with a resistor. Oh, idiot. Back in a bit. Okay, rewired, and I've established this is the right way around. So that's to go there, that's to go there. I've I've got my heat shrink tubing on. I don't have a section on that side yet, so let's slide that over. And I've got my resistor in. Did I mention that already? That I've got my resistor in. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Okay, let's get a little bit of flux. Always, always, always use a flux. It just makes life so much more reliable. Well, I don't know if it makes life reliable, but it certainly makes soldering reliable. They're connected. Get my heat shrink tubing shrunk down. As you can see, I'm using two different sizes here because the black will not go over the resistor and the red is too big for these tiny wires. So hopefully that's enough just to keep them nice and safe and apart. And I've got a little black bit there because it'll be fine for these, all these wires together. Okay, so that is that finally done. We can stuff all these wires into the nose. So I think these ones go underneath. And then those go into the nose. Try and keep them away from the window if possible. Stuff that down there. Clip that over. A bit of a squish to get the wires stuffed in there. I think we're good. You can't see any wires through there. Okay, I will double check that before we continue, and then when I come back, we're going to have to get into this and see if we can get these. Hopefully it's just a bulb that's gone because this was not working earlier. Because if I have to get into the truck and then repair all the pickups, that would be a pain. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, powered loco is working. Don't worry, you will see it soon. Let's see if we can get into this. So hopefully it's the same as the other one. A little clip there. A little clip on that side. And then lever the whole thing forward. Oh goodness, it's not been off for a while. But that's where the other one came off. Clip it either side. Lever the nose forward. Of course, every time you get one clip out, the other one pops back in. Because that's the way life works. Let me just check this, because this actually comes off too easily. Yeah, I think it's been glued on. I think that's the problem. I think because it was a bit loose, someone's just decided just to glue it. Which I might end up doing myself, because that's not a very tight fit, and I don't like that. Anyway, if we have to glue it, we have to glue it. But at the moment, it has to come off. It just feels that there's something in the top that's resisting. Let's see if we can get this shell off then. I don't want to break it. Not the easiest loco to work on, I have to say. I do not like levering plastic. Keep that tab out while I pull this one off. You still get the one at the back, a little tab there, but it doesn't really come off until you... That seemed a bit terminal, didn't it? Didn't like doing that at all. Yeah, that's been glued on. It's been glued on round the top, which is unfortunate, because I would really like to get this off. I'm just going to be gentle and break it off like that. Can always glue it back on, but it just makes it so much easier because I need to get in there and do exactly the same as I did with the other thing. But first, of course, I need to see if we can get this bulb working. It's got the same deal. It's got a little one-way diode with wires that aren't attached to anything, so the bulb probably does work, but it's not connected to the pickups on the truck. It's annoying. So I need to get into the truck. Do that by pulling it this way, and it pops out. Oh, that's easy enough, right? So I just need to solder on there and there. However, I'm not going to be using this one-way diode because the LEDs take care of that. Okay. Let's see then. And I'm not going to be using this bulb either, so, oh, and this bit comes off as well. Can pull them out, pull that out, and the bulb will come out. Don't need any of that. So I do need to get a bit of black wire and a bit of red wire. I mean, it doesn't have to be black and red, but it does make life easier. So let's strip this. We'll snip that down a wee bit. Let's tin this while we've got it out. Lovely. Do the same with the black. You don't want anything too thick for this because it's got to be flexible, because it's going to be rotating a little bit. Okay, let's get them on. Doesn't really matter which way round they go. This is purely for the lights, and we can swap the wires around if it's round the wrong way. Tell you what, let's have a quick look at the pickups. Make sure they're going to work. This is similar to when I was doing the other one, the powered bogey at the front when I was cleaning it. It just looked like these metal strips were like covered in paint or something. It was weird. So I'm just going to scrape them at the ends just to make sure I'm going to get a good connection. Right, that should do it. So, let's get this soldered on. Bit of flux, bit of flux, bit of flux in that one. And the red one. Looks good. Feed it through there. And we can clip this back in place, like so. That seems good to me. So these wires are going to come round to the front and then hook up to all the LED lights that I now need to do. This is going to be exactly the same as the ones at the front, so I'll bring you back when that's all done. Okay folks, we are almost done. Got that glued in. I used less glue this time, not because I'm Scottish, just because I'm getting used to doing this. I've already tested this, so these are the right way round. So that gets soldered onto there. I've got my heat shrink tubing already in place. Almost forgot my beloved flux. Yes, it's called flux. That's a new thing, just out on the market. S-flux. Oh, just used a little crocodile clip. Try to make life hard for myself. Slide my heat shrink tubing over there. Shrinky my dinky. And the other side up to there. Lovely jubbly. With a bit of luck, this will all fit in nicely. So I can clip that down there. It's a little slot just there. You see it there? Keeps the wire nice and tidy. Enough room for that to flex. These can get tucked underneath there. Stuff those little wires in the nose. And he's ready to get stuck onto the shell, which is right here. We slide the back tab in first, make life easier. Clip that over there. And clip the front on. Well, as much as I can clip the front on, because I'll probably have to glue it since someone broke it when they took it off. I think we're good. I think we are all donezo. So let's get over to the track, put everything together, see if it worked. We're all on track. Are you ready to be astounded by my brilliance? Hopefully. Here we go. So forward, headlights should come on, and they do. Off we go. And we are hoping for red lights at the back. And we have red lights. Well, that looks really nice actually. Okay, so when I flick into reverse, white light should come on at the back. Looking rather nice, considering it's only got like one truck for pickup. It's fairly stable, and these should be red now. It's actually quite hard to see the red. Ah, there you go. Right, so forward again. Backwards. Forwards. I could do this all day. Off you go then. Awesome. Well, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Someone did request me doing that. If it wasn't clear how I wired it all, then join the club. No, just leave a comment and I'll try and explain it a bit better, or send me an email or whatever. I'll give this place a quick tidy up before I do the victory lap. But for now, that's it. I will not be posting many videos for the next couple of weeks because I'm off to Scotland for a wee holiday. So, if you're in the area, Glasgow or Dundee, let me know and I'll drop by. Later, Gator.